there was something done in the early 70s across Canada called the Dain Commission. And yeah, okay, so you're
Still,
familiar
still,
with
still
that.
explain. I am because I've written about it a few years ago, but
Yeah,
for
it's
others,
phenomenal. But what for me, like kind of snippets of that are so like prescient for what you're speaking of earlier there is the realization like over the last 4 years when people accepted that their inalienable rights were taken from them, the fact that they don't have free choice anymore, that any person, government, organization is legally allowed to coerce them when they're not, the
mhm.
acceptance of that relationship. And it ties in directly with like something again that the Dain Commission figured out in the early 70s in Canada when they went coast to coast with like a cross section of investigators and interviewed every level of drug user and gave them, immunity from prosecution and just let them be candid about why they were taking drugs. One of the huge takeaways from that entire project was the realization that in free societies, you don't need a reason for why you like to roll up a joint and sit on the couch and play Nintendo, or why you like to go for a walk in the woods or throw rocks in the sea while you're baked out of your skull. People have this, like, they're born into this imprisoned mindset that you're
Mhm.
talking about, where they're already in a place where they don't think they're allowed to do things. And when the government steps in and says, oh, yeah, you're not allowed to do things between these goalposts and at this time of day and this time of year, that they think that they're stuck in that construct, when the simple fact is that in free and fair societies, you don't need to explain oh, do you have like pain? Are you in pain? Is that why you? No, it's because it's Tuesday and I've got nothing better to do. That's okay. That whole like, where you going type thing, like the police ask you, hey, where are you going? What are you up to? It's like, it involves your mom and her rectum. Like, that's where I'm going. Like, there's no, like, I don't need
Yeah.
to define my behaviors to justify what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And that's part of like, to actually have a Canadian like judge come to that conclusion that that's actually the case. That if we profess at all, if we talk about our societies being at all free or at all fair, that's actually part of the justification process that's necessary. No justification at all.